Today we're at Lennox Head. It's a spectacular natural rise. We have the Pacific Ocean out here and all those marvellous breaking waves, which will make for a great focal point, but also a way to tie the landscape together. I was here 20 years ago and I've got this shot on the old analogue sort of film format, but I do love the digital. I can do quite a bit more with it when it comes to painting in the studio. This scene that I'm working from is definitely a drone shot. I need that elevation, that ability to get that 20, 30 feet up and above the hillside. So let's see how I go. Okay, gotta make sure I get plenty of atmosphere in here. And normally when I think atmosphere, I think ultramarine blue or some type of blue. You could use cobalt with a little bit of alizarin, but French ultra is the way to go. So just rudimentary shapes. I actually painted this approximately 20 years ago, maybe just a little under, and the painting didn't finish. So that'll kind of give you an idea how the day went. And I think I kind of probably got carried away with the small shapes and lost where I was going. So with that in mind, I didn't mean for it to be so long, but it's about 3.5 hours drive from home, travelling south, and it is a little off the main highway as well. It's probably 15 minutes drive in off the highway, the road from Brisbane to Sydney. So it's not kind of in my neck of woods, so it was more, it took me 20 years to get back. And my old photo was on film, so where this is digital, so I was able to crop and play with it. And I think the trick with this one is to try and get as much depth into that big shadow, the big cliff face on the right. We kind of waited for the light to be right. We sent the drone up 2 or 3 times, and I think this was the shot and angle that I was happiest with. So just getting that sunlight on that main mid-distance, probably nearly foreground, and it doesn't hurt then to sort of get into that distance sooner than later. It's quite a spectacular area. They used to do hang gliding, as I remember, but we didn't see any this time. A few whales out in the ocean travelling north from Antarctica. So those greens are normally, especially the brighter green, will be cad yellow, phthalo green, a little bit of white, maybe tiny little bit of cad red. But there's some little areas where the light really stands out, jumps out on that rock face as well. But you may notice that I've got that shadow fairly strong on the end of the headland. So it's a primary focal point in that bottom left headland, on that right hand side where I've put that little bit of light, and then in the distance, almost on the 2/3, 1/3 axis, the golden mean points. So this one did line up quite well. There really wasn't too many concerns with composition for this. Hi, hope you're enjoying the video. If you want more in-depth tutorials, I release exclusive videos to my Patreon each month. Paint with confidence. Click on the link to sign up today. So let's just start to refine that background. The paint was fairly wet in wet, so I had to really tread lightly, especially in this background area. And that's one thing that I think a lot of oil painters kind of tend to forget or not know, is that we're needing to, timing is super important. So we're trying to make sure that we are allowing some painting time for the paint to tack off, for the paint to set up, for it to be conducive to going over. Because I think learning how to paint wet in wet, that really is the key to oil painting and to getting success. And that's where doing some small little still life exercises, I talk about them quite a bit, 30 minutes to an hour, and they're not designed to see how good I can paint. They're more designed to see how much I can get down in that time, that allotted time. So it's testing my thinking, my planning, my approach. And how's my colour and tonal mixes going and brushwork. I think the nice thing with this scene was the white water that's just crashing into the headlands and into the little rocky beach down in this little area here on the sort of close to sea level down there. So there's a tiny little bit of cat orange in this, and in some parts that little bit more. But I think this is the scene that I would like to do a bigger version of. So that's normally a good sign with a painting, that if I have finished it or sort of near finishing it, or when I'm painting it thinking, oh, you know what, I think this one will definitely be a fun one to do a bigger version of. It normally shows the strength of the scene. And I kind of found this scene by accident years ago. I'm a little drawn to looking for that aerial perspective, and noticed there was a little bit of a bushwalk across the cliff. And they have now put a new safety barrier, so you can't actually, if we didn't have the drone, I would not have been able to get this exact scene actually. You used to be able to get close to this angle, but so no, it's all from the vantage point of the drone. So just trying to sort of feel my way with that cliff face still a little. I knew that was going to be the trickiest part. Partly because it's the biggest, but also it's the most contrast sort of area of the painting, with the darkest to the pretty well the lightest. And there was so many little dots and dashes and little holes and little darks. But I'm just getting that there's a little bit of lighter rock in that shadow down low as well. That was important as well, just to get that little bit of depth. Doesn't hurt to put a few yachts in, even though they weren't there. It all helps.